Hi friends and welcome. This is our final day of our fascia flow reset. I am focusing on the upper body today. So this is the second part, if you will, to the video that I just posted earlier today. So we're going to focus on upper body, that's chest, shoulders, back. I just posted a video on the fascia facial, so if you need to, you can go revisit that. That was yesterday, so that's available to you as well. So this is your full body breakdown with the video from previously made today. That was previously made today. So we're going to get right into it. So grabbing a block, a yoga block, whether it's a foam or a cork block, your foam block is going to be a little bit more forgiving. And we're going to start right at the latissimus dorsi with the pec roll. So it's going to cover this general area. So if you'll remember, we started with that in the last class, that rib release, all the fascia around the rib cage. So this will really complement that. Okay. So I'm going to take this block and it's going to be at maybe about, 5-6 inches below the armpit. Okay. And you're just going to lay on your side. And then you can start with cradling your head in your hand rather, and just kind of take in that information as I'm getting a lot of information right now. Compress here. If you're not feeling any tenderness here, then shift your weight just slightly forward, okay? And so it's just maybe a gentle movement, especially if you're as tight as I am here. Then you want to go really slow through this. You want to go slow either way, whether you're tight or not, just to gather information. That compression is the best way to get your information, and then you can move a little bit, right? Now, I want you to move more towards the front of the block where the pecs are, okay? And some of you might need to adjust, to adjust to your anatomical needs. Let's say that, okay? So you can move a little bit forward. I want you to try to get into the pec major here. So whatever that means to you, how to shift your body to get there. And then you can kind of start with those gentle rocks. This is a really great one to do after you do the self-myofascial release with the peace sign fingers to the rib cage, because then you can really combat all that tightness and that adhered fascia that's here. So think about your upper body, as versatile as it is. It's that overused, misused, underused, and abused fascia, right? So muscles as well. You can create a gentle wave of the upper arm. Again, kind of getting creative. So that 90 to 120 second mark, make sure you're there. This, you probably need to do a little bit longer. Let's just take a few more breaths here, and I would like you to pause the video because I'm sure a lot of you are working through so many adhered muscle fibers, fascia fibers. Allow that slide and glide and hydration process to happen. Mindful release. All right. So we're going to move on for time purposes. So with that, I would like you to grab your yoga tune-up balls. Mine are out of the mesh tote. I'll ask you to put yours in there for now. No, actually, let's leave them out. Let's start with the lumbar spine. So I always like to set my balls up after I come to lie down. It's not very smart to do that when you're trying to lay down on them. Setting them up as you find your supine position, your reclined position. Axial tilt here. So it's that cat-cow element, lifting the hip points up to the sky, lowering the sits bones to the earth. Start to incorporate that deep, full breath into this movement. Inhale. Ooh, you hear my whistle? That's my sinuses, guys. I'm having some sinus issues. As we all are with it. I believe it said -5, feels like -5 outside. So hopefully you have an opportunity to stay inside and do these videos today and have a feel good day. So keep moving with that breath. Axial tilt, pelvic tilt. And you can create a shimmy, rocking the knees gently from side to side, shimmy through the hips. Even that alternating one leg up and then the other. You can extend the leg a little bit further if you want to do heel taps. It's a nice way to get into that deeper layer of fascia. Breath is important here, so make sure you're breathing full and complete breath with that space in between. All right, when you're ready, pause the video if you'd like. We're gonna come out of that. And then coming back to that pectoral region, set your blocks up at about that 45 degree on the lowest variation of height. Okay? I'm going to come to reclined here. I'm sorry, prone rather. Hopefully my mic won't get messed up here. So you want those balls to be placed right at by the armpits, let's see, but more inward, if that makes sense. So I'm sure you can see from the video where mine are placed, okay? So, and you have to reset them a million times, of course, here because they want to roll away. So just soften your shoulders. And in the last video, we talked about unnecessary tension. You can grab something to rest your head upon. I don't want you to cause that unnecessary tension, even if it's just bringing your forehead to the floor. So we're just going to kind of tune into that melt, okay? Melting the shoulders down towards the floor. Notice that natural opening that you get in the upper back. Probably feeling a little bit of that tenderness in the pectoral region of the body. We're going to spend about 3 more breaths here. And then we're going to add a little bit of movement. So start to bring your arms into a wave-like position. And if you can bring extension into them, fantastic. If not, keep that goalpost position. This is so great for that fascia. So the interesting fact about the fascia, they plastinate bodies in that inner body exhibit. And it took them about 6 months to plastinate the fascia, obviously, because it's that gluey substance that they usually discard in the autopsies, right? Very first thing. They don't even study it. Not until recently. I think it's about 15 years they started really studying deep into this fascia and all the fascia fibers and really cool stuff if you ever want to look at it. But so in this plastinated body, they had the pin of the pectoral region of the fascia, and it actually was the thickest layer of fascia in the body. So quite interesting. I believe her name is Freya, and she's in Berlin. So if you're ever in Berlin, check her out. I would love to go see her one day. It's on my list. So it usually takes them about 6 weeks, I think, to plastinate an inner bodies exhibit, but it took them 6 months and a team of many, many, many doctors. So think about how precise and how careful they had to be with all of this fascia. But yeah, this fascia, and it makes sense that this particular area of the body is going to be thicker with the fascial layers, right? We got a few clunks there. How about you guys? All right. And then maybe you just roll your shoulders. You can come to a locust-like variation in the upper body. Boy, that feels good to release. And then we'll press up here. And then maybe you can just take a couple of arm waves here. Maybe a goalpost position, feeling a little lighter with that work we did on the side body, the chest. All right. And with that, let's just stand up and do a little bit of a thoracic release here. So just a little bit of movement, rotation in the thoracic spine. So take a nice amount of space between the feet and just kind of rock your body from side to side. You can reach up if you want and feel the effects, the after effects of what you just did. Goalpost, open your heart. And feel a little bit more at ease within those areas of the body. So, all right. Now we're going to the shoulder. This is at the wall. I'm going to show you one at the floor, but I want to show you, we're going to go right here. Okay. Show you. This is our stopping area right here. Okay. So say about, I don't know, 4 to 5 inches below that shoulder. Okay. You're going to pin the ball against the wall. The further you take the outer foot away from the wall, the more pressure, and you'll discover that. So you can start to take circles in this general area here with that ball. And just kind of working through a pendulum swing with an internal and an externally rotated arm. So you're getting into that medial and lateral part of the arm. Woo! This feels much needed. And so just kind of working through, compressing as needed. And if you lift or you do yoga, if you reach your arms overhead, this is for you. That pendulum swing is really great because it kind of has that compression aspect as well as the cross fiber that we talked about, that when our fascia has the opportunity to release with that slide and glide technique. Okay? So stay with that and then repeat that on the other side, of course. So you're nice and balanced. I wouldn't want you to be crooked. And then we're going to focus on now the upper back. Okay? So your backpack straps, and you can do this at the wall too. If you do it at the wall, it gives you more of an opportunity to take the full spine rollout. And I know we did that in one of our first couple of classes. We did it on the ground, but you can do it at the wall. It's a nice little wall sit. If your knees allow you to, I recommend it. It's really nice. And you can kind of gauge the pressure a little better when you're at the wall, whether the feet are a little further away from the wall or back to decrease. I was right the first time. Intensity. All right. So I'm going to come to my backpack straps here. Whether or not you want to keep that, the balls in the mesh toed is up to you. I kind of like them out. That way I can, work a little bit with, feeling where the balls are placed. They're kind of in that position and locked into that mesh toe. Not that that's a bad thing, then you won't have to reset them all the time. But if you want a little bit more Just going to start to walk my elbows back, getting into a little bit of a sway. Very tender area. You can even take that compression, that melt, allowing your head to rest on the floor and arms spread wide. And so one I love to do here is the protraction and the retraction of the shoulder blades. So your head can rest on the floor. We don't want to cause tension there. So stretch your arms up to the sky, fingertips point straight up to the ceiling, okay? Now, without bending your arms, reach that cat element with you creating space between your shoulder blades. Oh, I was right the first time. Look at me. I'm all over the place. So you're in a cow-like element, cat-like element. Am I right? I'm just not going to use that cue anymore, guys. Okay. Protract and retract your shoulder blades. When you're protracting, you're creating space between the shoulder blades. When you're retracting, keep the arms straight and draw the shoulders back down towards the floor. There we go. So keep moving with your breath. Wow, that is intense, but so needed, right, guys? No bend in the elbows. If anything, a little baby micro bend in the elbows, but not anywhere near a goalpost position. You want to keep the arms straight. We're not focusing on the bend in the arms. And this is so great for your fascia around the shoulder girdle. So couple more here. You can give yourself a hug here, drop the arms into that folding position, and then gently rock from side to side. Make sure you alternate sides. So just a couple of suggestions here for you. Okay. Goalpost, you can reach the arms up and overhead into extension and goalpost them down. Be very gentle with that one, because if you're in the right spot, it's very tender there. So we want to be very easy with these movements, as we do most of them, until we kind of feel how it's going to end, or how it's going to play out. So you want to really find this exploratory mindset with this technique, this practice. A couple more here. You can even maybe walk your feet back, maybe work a little bit more down towards the upper thoracic, and just gently ease through that. Your protraction and your retraction, your goalpost arms, your snow angel arms, if you will. Anything that you need, you take. All right, so that was our quick little tutorial on our upper body myofascial release. If you have any questions, of course, please direct message me or in the comments. I'm new to all this YouTube stuff, so as I'm sure all of you can tell, but I think it's fun and it's cool and I love it. It's a very fun platform, so I'm hoping that I'm going to be making a lot more videos here. And for all of you who joined me for the Fascia Flow Reset, thank you guys so much. I can't thank you enough. I sent that email out, and I'll send the final email out with this video to this link, so all of you can explore the full body fascia release. And hopefully you learned enough to have a practice that you can incorporate into your life, and your body feels good. That's obviously the most important. So your yoga toolbox is getting big, and thank you so much for letting me be a part of that. From my love of yoga to yours, namaste.